So it's only been 1 year since I covered Subverse last time, and that was just the base game. And there was 2 other updates that I need to cover, right?
Actually, Papa, there's more than 2.
What?
Yeah, apparently there's been several updates since the last video.
How many?
I don't know. At least 6, I think. Maybe more.
Oh my god, I love this game, but What's up, everybody? I'm SGF95 Fighter, and welcome to the Rabbit Hole. I play loot games so you don't have to. Today we're going to be covering some of the updates of Subverse. If you remember from my last video on Subverse, I talked about the basis of the game, a basic summary of the synopsis of the game, and a basic rundown of the main characters you had when the game first released. When I started recording that video, there was one update that they had out for the game. Once I finished putting the video together, there was another update that came out. And there have been so many more updates since then. So I wanted to make a follow-up video to cover the updates of the game and how they progressed the game from when it initially released to where it is now. Even though it feels like I sometimes can't keep up with this game, regular updates is very much a very good thing. And I don't want Studio Flow to stop. I'm looking forward to the finished product game, which I think we're getting really close to now. But first, we're going to talk about the other crewmates that you pick up during the acts 2 and 3 of this game. Which I love that they've broken up the game story into acts. So far there are 4 acts, potentially looking at a 5th in the later state of the game, but we'll cross that bridge when they get there. Today, we're going to talk to you a little bit about the last crew members to complete the team on the Mary Celeste. Ella is part of the reclusive yet powerful race called the Cloy. They're essentially your space elves. They kind of remind me a little bit of the Eldar, but gayer.
If you try anything, we're gonna force you to wear the most vile pink and brown onesie you can imagine and torture the f*** out of you. Huh?
Look, I'm sorry if some of my jokes are offensive, but how else do I explain this? They're more flamboyant than the space elves of the 40k verse. The Eldar were about survival, the race on the edge of extinction. The Cloy will arrest you in life imprisonment for wearing the wrong colors during a different season, for fuck's sake.
Fall colors during spring?
Even showing up to battlefield without your hair done properly is a terrible and heinous crime.
It was an emergency! People were going to die, and I had like 5 minutes to get there. It was that or show up without a loaded weapon.
Yeah, well, that's an easy choice for me, girl. No self-respecting Cloy will be caught dead looking like that in public.
So with all of this in mind, everything that Ella's done before this point has sent her a life imprisonment under the Cloy laws. But her being such an elite warrior and an aggressive star has made her an invaluable member to your team. So you go on a heist to be able to break her out of a high security prison and take her down to the surface and really stick it to the Cloy Council.
This is the most sacred place on the planet, and the purity of the body is the most sacred thing to the Cloy. So naturally, we're about to have the most deliciously depraved in the history of this species.
Despite her wanting to separate herself from her race, she still carries the race's arrogance with her.
We're not like the rest of you primitive mammals. Cloy don't shed. We're genetically perfect.
Good thing she's got a hot enough ass to be able to be excused of all that, otherwise she would be insufferable.
I hope you're ready to do some seriously dirty stuff, because I will not allow myself to be outslutted by anyone on this ship.
The next team member on our list, and arguably one of my favorites, is Taron. This game really was all about including every conceivable kink in one place, and Taron fulfills the furry side of things, which is probably part of why I really liked her. She is a Nykith, which basically is a cat girl. She comes from a race that is very much against material possessions, but she stands out because she loves tinkering with technology and toys. You know, especially the ones that vibrate.
You broke into a maximum security Imperium stronghold and walked out with over 1,000 priceless antique clit ticklers all by yourself.
She's kind of your security and tech wizard. She's very polite and very good under pressure, but nowhere near less horny than any of the others. I guess you could say she has a little bit better sense of hiding it? Nah, that not really.
You see, Nika kind of have a reaction to solar males, as evidenced by our recent incident.
Don't worry, sweetheart. I'm well acquainted with the biology of your species, if you know what I mean.
Sadly, we all do.
She will be your ninja on all of your missions, with her calling card being the things that she leaves behind.
I'm both turned on and creeped out, and that is strangely working.
And for the final member to join our team, we have none other than the esteemed Princess of the Tealies herself, Sova.
Hello, everyone! Oh, it's so wonderful to finally meet you!
She comes from a royal bloodline, but she's not really all about the royal life. She's all about drinking, fighting, fucking to the most extreme extremities you could possibly imagine. This cute short stack is the absolute embodiment of chaos, and wants to bring the old traditions of her race back, before the Imperium decided to end the party prematurely.
This planet used to be a paradise of sweaty, non-stop group sex. It's inside our DNA just as much as we were constantly inside of each other. Our ancestors really betrayed all of us when they outlawed Torgies just to join the Imperium.
It really is true that a lot of big things come in very small packages. And with all of that, we also have a lot of new story updates to the story. This will be the part of the video where there will be spoilers. I'm not going to go into a lot because there's not that much to update, but you've been warned. We find out a little bit more about Arak's plans and what he's wanted to do with changing the galaxy. And his goal is to be able to break the rules and be able to be with the Empress. It's like a lost Romeo and Juliet love story that's filled with space politics and space magic.
You've done so much for me. Why?
I believe in you, Celestina. I believe in us.
But the previous Empress, Cassiodora, must not find out about this because she absolutely would not have any of this. Meanwhile, Azorion has been very nosy and picking into Arak's business, trying to get some dirt on him for humiliating him. But Arak is not prepared for what he found. Part of your mission is to find and collect a very powerful artifact, which just so happens to be a weaponized toy. You can't make this shit up.
The Mark 17 Pussy Pummeler is the most powerful sex toy ever created. If the Imperium has managed to weaponize its energy, we're all in big trouble.
I didn't quite catch that. You mind repeating the name for me?
The Mark 17 Pussy Pummeler.
Continue.
After penetrating the inner sanctum of this secure facility, there's a lot of lore dumps that is dropped on you in here, but I'll leave that for when you actually play it for yourself. I'm not going to spoil too much here. Plus, can we take another moment to just acknowledge the amazing fourth wall breaks that they have here?
I don't want to tell the whole story right now because I'd rather tease everyone a bit with this particular plot thread concerning my backstory, but I got into some heavy shit because of what happened after the Battle of New Vegas.
I'm the biggest fan of fourth wall breaking in media. In a game, in a movie, in a comic book. If you do it right, it is absolutely the best form of comedy.
If you do the thing, and you do it right, and you don't fuck it up, it works. It just works.
The Imperium is now looking out for you. You've come under their radar. And the Requital is wanting to hammer down really hard on tracking you down and finding you. Because they're really after Lilith to help them with their revolution. But Blythe finds out the captain is involved. And apparently that they have some history together. But that comes for later. Oh yes, and there's a bounty hunter hunting after you named the Huntress. One of the best in the galaxy. Well, let's hope that you can survive that at least.
Did you really think that dick move was going to work?
To be honest, not really.
This game keeps on blowing my mind with amazing stories, fantastic characters, and stunning animations. The writing of this game is absolute top-notch. I am slightly biased to this game because the main character in it is Australian, but I love everything about this game. It puts a lot of love into every aspect of the game. But did I mention, the Sova update was also the update that introduced lip syncing into the character scenes. Whereas before they had static mouths, now they move like they're actually talking. This is just a very small detail, but it immerses you in the world so much more. And last but not least, they've implemented foreplay scenes for when you're about to do the naughties for the first time with a new crewmate. Where before they went from dialogue straight to now we get a nice little build-up that really enhances the experience, in my opinion. As Lily once said earlier, foreplay is essential
for a memorable experience.
And she was right. This game is going to remain my absolute favorite game for a very long time, and I hope you guys get to enjoy it as well. Please check out the link to the Steam page linked down below if you wish to check out this game for yourself. I highly recommend it. This game is a 10 out of 10 for me. Perfect across the board, down to the most minute detail. Now there are plenty more updates to come, but I think that the game is almost finished. So hopefully, next episode I might be able to talk about when the game is finished. That, or I'll just catch you all up to date with all the newest updates that just came out. Either way, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a really great day today, and I'll talk to you all later.
Thanks for watching the video, Horn Nuts. If you liked this video and want to see more, be sure to give this video a like, comment down below your thoughts and any other games Papa should check out. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell for notifications on more videos. See you next time. Now I'm off for more cookies and MILF.